family. You're welcome to another episode of Nursing with Aby. Now today, I'm going to be talking about a beautiful experience that I had as my experience as a midwife in labor. My experience as a midwife in labor. Now, I'm a nurse, I'm a midwife, I'm a public health advocate, I've been trained, I've been licensed, I'm registered, I'm working. But now, I have to move the knowledge I had in the theory to the practical aspect of working in me. Whoa. Now, how was that? Okay, let me just take you through my journey, and then probably you can learn a thing or two about how I was able to scale through. Now, a lot of mothers will relate to this. I had 3 pregnancies from three children. Pardon me, 3 children from 2 pregnancies. Yes, I had my first son, and I had a set of twins. So 3 kids, 2 pregnancies. Now, the first pregnancy, I actually had gone past my due dates. That's my expected date of delivery. Now, anytime you go to the hospital, you're pregnant, the doctor will ask you when was the last time you saw your menstrual period, and then they can help you calculate your expected date of delivery, roughly between 2 weeks before, 2 weeks after such date. Now, my date was past, gone, and I still didn't see any sign of labor. Now, the 3 major signs are the regular or frequent contractions, the visibility of that show, that's the mucoid plug, or the rupture of the membrane, or water, like a lot of people say, but that's rupture of membrane. Now, I didn't see any of the 3. In fact, I was even feeling heavier and lovelier than usual. Now, and I was a bit concerned because I was expecting that before my expected date of delivery, because I was very certain of my last menstrual period, I should have fallen into labor, but I didn't. So the doctor said, okay, let's give another 1-2 weeks, let's see how it's gonna be. But as at the 41st week, that's 41 weeks gestation, I just said no, I just have to go for induction. I am so done with this pregnancy. I'm so done. And when the mother starts reliving such moments and saying that I'm done with the pregnancy, you might just have to listen to the mother, considering the fact that the baby is already term, so the baby coming out does not have any issue, and definitely has to be under doctor supervision. So the doctor advised or suggested that we go through a process called induction of labor. That's for my first. The induction of labor was done. It was started at 7 a.m. using cervical ripening, and I had my first dose of the tablets, the second dose, and the third dose before I even started having contractions at all. And by the time the contraction came, yes, it actually came, and I was having the frequent contraction. Now, there's a whole lot of difference between when the labor starts spontaneously and when you have to start the labor by the use of drugs. Because when the labor starts spontaneously, it just goes like that in a cascade like that. But when you're the one that has to start the labor, by the time the labor starts, then the labor really starts, because the drug kicks in, works together with your own birthing hormones, and they just spiral. And I had a long labor. Yeah, my labor was quite prolonged at the first stage, later part of the first stage. But to God be the glory, after about 10-12 hours of prolonged the labor, the contractions I was blessed to deliver my first child, my bouncing baby boy. Now, the second pregnancy I thought would probably be the same, maybe induction and all that. But for my second pregnancy, it was multiple pregnancy. I had 2 babies inside of me, and I've been, as I read in books, that they might either come early or late. So I've been preparing even from my 7th month for the pregnancy, for the delivery. So At the last month of the pregnancy, unfortunately, there was an industrial action. The hospitals were not working, but I give kudos to the nurses that helped me at that time. I had to call them from the house, and they came over to the hospital. I had to call a doctor also, and they assisted me. The labor was also prolonged, but I was already 5 centimeters dilated before I even went to the hospital. Now, at this point, I didn't really feel any sign of labor except a throbbing pain at the upper part of my leg, around my waist. That's just the pain. I didn't feel contractions, I didn't feel water, I didn't see anything. So immediately I just called the midwife, and she checked me and she said, "You're 5 cm dilated." Wow. And I'm like, wow, that's like I'm halfway gone. Now in the next episode, I'm going to just make us go through, I'm going to teach us through the different stages of labor and what you can do at different stages of labor just to assist to support ourselves. Now, suffice to say that in some other countries, we have various pain alleviating medications or drugs that are given in labor, but unfortunately where I come from or where I trained, it has not been widely practiced like in other countries. So the woman in labor has to go through all the pain of labor. Yes, we had to go through all the pain of labor, but I'm hoping and wishing that there's going to be a revolution where African countries will also adopt such pain relieving techniques, which is very, very important and very helpful for a woman in labor. So after about 10 hours also of labor, I was blessed enough to deliver my set of twins, and there was such a beauty to behold. Now, what did I do during the period of labor? What can you do that will help? What can you do that will? Now, always focus on the prize. Now, the prize is the delivery of your baby. Now, when you focus more on that prize, that delivery of your baby, it gives you a renewed sense of strength while you're going through it. Now, throughout the time of labor, if at any point the physician or the midwife or the nurses taking care of you tells you that we are noticing some issues, maybe there's a problem with the fetal monitoring of your baby, maybe you are noticing that it's taking too long, your child is already in distress, they might give you an option, a different birthing option, which could be cesarean delivery. Or they might have to just assist you with a little more contraction if the contraction is not adequate enough. But at every point that they try to give you such suggestions, it is important that we reason with them and don't try to nullify or negate what they say. A lot of people just say, "Over my dead body, I reject it in Jesus' name. Over my dead body, I reject it." No. Cesarean section is not as terrible as some people think. In fact, in some advanced countries, it's actually an elective procedure. By the time you're due, just get your date, get the time you want to go for labor, and boom, you're in and you're out. And you can go as far as 4. I've seen somebody that went through CS 5 times. So it's not a curse. It's not a negativity. Now there's a particular book written by a lovely nurse of our time, and she talked about cesarean section in full details. I will drop the link to get her book in the description box below. Now, this book is awesome. It is awesome because it was written by a nurse, written by a midwife, and she exposed in the book different ways of she negated the myth of cesarean section as to vaginal delivery. Now, nobody says that it has to be vaginal delivery all the way or cesarean section all the way. But if at any point during the pregnancy or the labor or delivery, and we notice that the life of either the mother or the baby might be at risk, why go through the process of 9 months with nothing to show for it when there is a better option of getting both the mother and the baby alive? So that's the CS. So the book is very good, and I hope that we'll be able to, maybe some of us can just get it and read it and digest it. You can buy for your friends, buy for your family, buy for anyone. So my unique midwife experience in labor, that's just it. I had my vaginal birth of the 2 of them, but it's possible that you can the issues can happen and they say, okay, say yes. Don't be afraid. The most important thing is the mother alive, baby or babies alive. So till I see you in my next episode, it's bye for now.